Hey all, today is Tuesday, December 12th. So we're going to discuss when will the Fed end its QT. QT is quantitative tightening. That's when the Fed raises rates, so everything becomes tight. It's hard for people to borrow money, right? It costs more. When will they end it? And then they can go into what's called quantitative easing, which is when they actually lower the rates, and then people could borrow money. Companies could borrow money for cheaper and make more money out of it. So, my opinion, my guess, not my opinion, is November 2024. Hasbro laid off workers yesterday. How many workers was it? I don't remember. But Hasbro is a toy company. Isn't Christmas coming up? I think it was like 3,000 workers. It's like a lot. Um, the holidays are coming. Like you lay off people for a toy company right before the holidays. That shows you that companies are feeling the heat. Things are cooling down, right? So that is actually something that the Fed wanted. They wanted people to lose their jobs. That's how they're going to tackle inflation, get back to 2% rate that they're looking at. So yesterday we had every single one of the Magnificent Seven stocks go down, but the mid caps and the small caps and the equal weighted ETFs, which is the RSP and IWM, those were actually up. So that's good because it's showing a sign that other sectors are actually going up, not like just tech went up and the last quarter was all about tech. And now other sectors are joining the party, which is very healthy. Ernst and Young also laid off 3,000 workers. I think that's where the 3,000 number from. So that's another sign. Market breadth, which is very important for us. So yesterday, 87 of the stocks in the NASDAQ 100 um, finished higher, which was actually a very good sign. That didn't happen since November 20th, if I recall correct. And in the S&P 500 was something like 366 stocks. The Russell 3000, which is made up of the mid cap and the small caps, it actually finished at its highest, I think it was since April 2022, something like that. So analysts are saying that they're expecting earnings to come in at around 11.8%. But if I recall, Michael Wilson from JP Morgan said that his team believes it's just going to be somewhere around 7% for 2024. And Oppenheimer said that the S&P is going to finish at what was it, 5,200 if I recall. I'm not recalling anything today, but that's pretty much what it was. The positive signs are that we are not seeing a collapse in the credit card market, right? Nothing happened since SVB. The consumer hasn't stopped, even though interest rates are up. We're going into year end with momentum. The DAX, which is Germany, it's actually breaking out on a technical level. Japan is breaking out. And you got things like basic materials and energy that are trading about 8 times, multiple earnings. And then you got Apple in comparison is trading somewhere around 35. Could these markets go down? Well, yeah, if the consumer keeps on spending and job growth is going to stay hot, and the Fed is not going to cut rates, and that could be a problem. Anything could happen, right? And the market priced in, remember, it's pricing in. Look at this market going up, that there are going to be rate cuts in 24. China's not growing, and that the whole issue with the regional banks, they're not lending money. Yeah, analysts want to saying that they want to buy them going to 24, but that could be an issue. So in bonds, we had auction today, 30-year Treasury bond. It and they sold 21 billion at 4.3%. So that was pretty good. And crude oil, it keeps on falling. Okay, it's below 20, 50, and 200-day moving average. Keep that in mind. But the RSI in the crude is trading at 38, which is entering what we call oversold territory. So what am I looking at? ZG got an upgrade today. Look at that. It's jumping right above its 200-day moving average. And this momentum up here can continue. Look at Rio, right? That's also interesting. Come on. There we go. Okay, Rio got an upgrade today also. So I'm looking at that. KSS got a downgrade from, that's Coles, got a downgrade from Goldman Sachs. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Look at that. That just broke today, yesterday's low. We could go down over here, all the way down to about the 200-day moving average or 2250. That could be a nice trade. Keep an eye on that. So also keep an eye on the fact that if the 10-year note, I keep showing you the 10-year note, right? If the 10-year note is going to drop below 42% and stay there, 42% and stay there, which is right where we're at right now, that is going to bring 4%, sorry, but 4%. That could bring in funds that have tons of money to invest in this market. So keep an eye on that. WBA, Walgreen Boots. This Dow component is down 37%. So it's up about 2% today. There was something going on. It came back down, I see. But I would definitely keep an eye on this, okay? Because if this market continues, I'm actually liking this stock. I've been looking at it somewhere around $21. Took some options because I didn't want to risk too much, but it looks like these options are working out and they're going to work out. And I want to see this thing going up to 28. If there is going to be a breakout right above this level here at 2450, that could be really interesting. Okay. Pinterest, right? Pins. Whoa, this stock up another 2.5%. This thing is just, it's called momentum. It's just going up. Momentum, momentum, momentum. So you keep playing the momentum trade. Every time this thing pulls in, you want to consider that's the lowest risk trade. So RSP, right? This is the equal weighted RSP. Look at this one. Okay, this is S&P 500 equal weighted ETF. Most of the analysts believe that this will be the play for 2024 with the small caps and the mid caps as opposed to the Magnificent Seven. And they're just waiting for year end to really scale back to the Magnificent Seven. That's the word out there. So keep an eye on this. So this looked, it was a pull in for 2 days. Didn't really even go down at all. And they just continued upward momentum, just broke up a trend over here, 152, 150, and they could go all the way up to 156. It seems like that's what the trend seems to be implicating. KRE, right? So Oppenheimer loves the regional banks. Everybody's loving selling the regional banks. I mean, look at this thing. This was the gap down here. Whoa, where was that? Right here. Remember this when it fell from $54? We're 48. I mean, I thought the buy was somewhere around 37, maybe not here, but this one right here, 38, 39, 40. We're 48. So just be careful, but this could be ending up a trade that comes back. I mean, you remember what happened to utilities? They fell down and roared back right back up within 2 weeks. I was pretty shocked about that. So momentum trades. No, actually, you know what? I'm going to show you some stocks I'm big on for that have about 6.5 dividend yield. So let's look at this. OGN. Look at this. This stock today started going up, right? It's supporting here at 11. Look at this momentum here on the RSI. This could be really nice. I like this. Nice little cheap stock. Um, you know, cheap. It's cheap in terms of price, but it's got a market cap of 101 billion. This is a real company, Earning per share is 33.55. Sorry, that's TJ Maxx. My bad. My bad. Let's go to OGN for a second. 2.8 billion. Earning per share 2.28. Look at this PE. It's trading at 2.69, which is nothing. So keep an eye on that. I had another one here, CWEN, Whirlpool, also CCI. So keep an eye on those. These trades look like there could be some play here. See this in Whirlpool. We're kind of in an area. We got to break out one way or another. Keep an eye on that or play the range. Oxy, Occidental Petroleum. Stock just took out debt for 20 billion something. I think it was 28 billion. Altogether, they got about 50 something billion. Yeah, I'm going to go to a monthly chart here so you could see what's going on here. And keep an eye on this. I mean, this looks pretty high. If oil starts coming back up, that'd be great. But if this thing is going to break 50, I mean, look at this thing. It's crazy, right? Look at this. Damn. Look at that. If this thing breaks 50, I mean, what do you see next? I mean, I don't know. 35, 37. Yes, keep an eye on this. Look at that right there. Boom. Looks like it's wants to break down. I keep an eye on Oxy. It could be some good trades. Um, I got some support on Meta. Meta seems like I keep being able to play this. You see there's always support here. It seems like lately building right here, right around this 20-day, 50-day moving average. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Those are good trades. Look at Lyft. Wow, the stock had a bull flag. Uber went up and I missed it and I couldn't make any money on Uber. So I went into Lyft and look at this beautiful bull flag right here, Such a nice flag. Look at that. Right there, boom, and another one right there, another line, and then just goes up. Okay, I'll draw it out for you. There you go. There's your bull flag. It's got the wrong one, got the wrong one. Draw it out for you. There it is. So there's your bull flag, and we just roar it up. So keep an eye on it. It seems a bit stretched to me, okay? But if this thing pulls in and the market continues, see RSI is also a little bit of overbought. I actually went short today, 14.18. Let's see what happens. I hope I don't lose money on that. But we'll see if this is going to support right here at 14. What else am I looking at? Cisco, Goldman Sachs, Clack, Oracle. Wow. I liked ON. This company, it's a chip maker. It makes chips. I used to trade this thing when back in the day in 1998 and 2000 at nothing. I don't remember what it was, like $10 at $20. Um, it had I don't know if earnings were really bad, but this thing fell like 20% all the way down to 62. Roaring. I mean, roaring back. Okay. I haven't seen anything like this. So these companies, when they fall, but Oracle missed earnings twice. And it, I think, even had a downgrade. Okay. But look what's happening here. It's down 12% today. Keep an eye on this thing. Look at the RSI. It's entering that level. This thing could come to 100, maybe to somewhere around 95. You see this to 100. And then it could maybe find some support. So if the market continues going up, it should be an AI play, but it keeps missing for some reason. Okay. So remember what we said. Going into 2024, analysts are looking at healthcare. Uh, I'm looking at Humana and Pfizer, but IYH is the ETF. So there you go. So we want to see this momentum continue. Look at this, a monthly chart. You see that? And on a daily, you could see it as well, even nicer. So let's see if this momentum continues. The RSI is hitting resistance areas, overbought. So be careful with that. Okay. Things could turn on a dime. All right. Everyone have a great week. Hope you enjoyed this session.